What's up, everybody? Welcome to my fourth show. This is going to be a co-release, which is awesome. I'm really excited about it, with the Flying Squid podcast. Oh, and what is that, you might ask? Well, that is a new show that I'm working on with some friends to help promote the Athens comedy scene here where I live. We are doing everything we can to bring a comedy club here to town. That's the big goal. And in the meantime, until we find the right space, we're just going to go ahead and start cranking out content for you guys. So this is the very first episode of the Flying Squid podcast. We play a fun little game toward the end called Squidagories. And then, we also talk about the history of comedy here in Athens, how it started, what's going on, what's the future of it, all of that. And you'll get a chance to meet some good friends of mine, Kelly Petronas, Christine Williams, and Zach Parker. There's a lot of amazing, talented people here in Athens. And, if you go over to the Flying Squid podcast, Flying Squid YouTube channel, follow that up, like it, all of that good stuff, then you'll get to be introduced to a lot of them. So go ahead and do that and enjoy this episode. This is the very first Flying Squid podcast presented by the Flying Squid. And Flying Squid, enjoy this sketch. Are you tired of running down the road and not getting to loosen your load? Come get that world of trouble off your mind.
Desperado.
Don Henley's Flatbed Ford Deals of Summer. We'll open the door just to make you smile and see you loosen your load in style.
Sound these wheels won't make you crazy.
You just can't kill these beastly deals. We got F-150s, F-250s, F-10X 250s, F-by-4s, 4x4s, 2x4s, 2-ton super diesels, trucks with smokestacks on them, step sides, naked Yeti coolers, upgradable steel knives, pink champagne on ice, rebar, butt plugs, weighted blankets, lingerie. These rides are terminally pretty.
See the lines we slashed across these sticker prices? Before there's lines out the door, lines on the mirrors, and lines on your face.
These cars and trucks are dying to get off. A lot today with a warranty as real as my fake southern accent.
So just take the fast lane down that dark desert highway and see us on the corner in Winslow, Arizona by the old Margaritaville that used to be a TGI Fridays across the street from John Fogerty's Chevrolet before the deals of summer have gone.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Flying Squid podcast brought to you by the Flying Squid. Oh, well, that seems redundant. But I'm here. This is our first inaugural episode. My name is Owen Hunt. I'm going to be the host today, and I'm joined with Kelly Petronas.
Hey, happy to be here.
I've got Zach Parker.
Hello.
And Christine Williams.
What's up?
We are the founding members of the Flying Squid Comedy, FlyingSquidComedy.com group. And we want to talk to you guys a little bit about what we're doing.
Is that our, just to cut in there real quick, is that our official name, the FlyingSquidComedy.com group?
It is now.
That's how we self-identify.
We can't go back. Well, we're the Flying Squid. Yeah. We're the Flying Squid, but if you want to find us online, FlyingSquidComedy.com is the website. You can also look us up on Crackin' Jokes, and I want to talk about that first with you guys because Kelly and Zach are kind of pioneers in the Athens comedy scene. They've been doing this comedy show out of their backyard for like 5 years. There's a whole documentary about it, and they were in Athens Rising as well. And even the first time I met you, Kelly, you were like, I want to put a comedy theater here in Athens, and that was over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well over. So I'd love for you guys to talk a little bit about that, like how you guys got started with that, because this is all of the beginnings of a grassroots movement that we're carrying on now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty happenstance, but so almost all of us worked in a bottle shop, and by all of us, I mean about like 8 or 9 folks that were at the first Kraken. And Carter Rue, who worked there, he had this brilliant idea of probably staring at all the liquor bottles. He saw Kraken rum, and he's like, what if we got a bottle of Kraken rum, and we've got this old rickety stage in the backyard of the house that he and Daniel Cutts and Ben Heiss lived in, and he says, what if we got a bottle of rum and told some jokes on stage and just called it Kraken Jokes?
Truly born out of retail boredom.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like that bottle shop really cultivated, like that honestly, I always thought about the bottle shop as like this like weird like Zen monastery in which like there is no purpose, there's no goal, there is no like end point, and that in itself is like the whole practice of working at the bottle shop.
Is moving things around all day and messing and trying to entertain yourself as much as possible. With your coworkers.
Yeah, just with your whatever you have, whatever gift you brought in your mind and your heart, and drinking some alcohol on the side.
Yeah.
but yeah, the very first Kraken was we borrowed a mic and a PA and put a armchair and a lamp up there because there were no lights, and the rule was that if you showed up, you had to get on stage and tell some jokes. And if you didn't have any jokes, the audience would ask you some very sensitive, often hilarious private questions, right? About like...
Often hilarious, sometimes devastating.
Yes. Like one time there was a guy who will remain nameless, who said, "Tell us about your first time." And he was like, "Well, actually... I haven't." And everyone's like, "What?" Like,
wow.
It's not even like that's a bad thing. It was just that we were not expecting that response as a crowd.
Yeah.
And it just completely, just like, if he was lying, that would have been a fantastic joke.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like he fucking killed, right?
Yeah,
yeah, he slayed.
We were just we were just absolutely stunned. We were just like, whoops, like
just sucked all the air out of the room.
Yeah. Did we make? Yeah.
Yeah.
We said a few more questions that were pretty rough, and somehow that man still
talks to us. In fact, loves us.
He saw him the other day. He was like, "Hey, what's up, man? Long time no see.
Yeah.
How you been?"
And you're like,
so
have
good to see you?
Have you done it yet?
Oh yeah, I think
Yes.
he's like swimming in ladies
Oh,
now.
wow.
He's a very handsome man. That's why I think it was
That's-
it was just like, of course, so that's this guy about his first time. I'm sure
Yeah.
it was
Wow.
weird.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, but from then it was also, it continued to be just a mess. That was the big marker of that first Kraken jokes. It was a drunken mess.
Yeah.
There were no chairs. We were sitting on like logs and stumps. Kelly Petronas, my friend over here, vomited in the yard. Later that evening, Kelly's dog, peed on my face.
Yes.
Sounds like a
What?
great time.
Peed on your face.
Our host,
That wasn't in the documentary.
our host for the evening, Daniel Cutts, fell asleep on stage because he was overserved.
Overserved. Good choice of words there. No, that's great. You know what's interesting? I believe, Christine, your first stand-up performance was at a Kraken, right?
Yes.
And so my second one was actually I did comedy at Open Toad, and then Kelly was nice enough to offer me a spot there. And I so we can fast forward from the first one because by the time you guys, and how many did you guys do successfully? I don't even remember the number that I was on. Do you remember the number that you were on?
No.
Okay, so mine was like 19 or something, 18 or something like that. And I mean, from 1 to 18, you guys had created a house show that was just amazing. I mean, you have these very distinctive lights that come down and hang down, and a great aesthetic, a stage in your backyard, benches for everyone to sit in.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really professional backyard show.
Right. And I want to be very clear that like none of it was intended from the first one, right?
It just kept happening. About the third one, I showed up, and there were 30 people at the house, and I lost my mind.
Right.
I was like, I can't do this. I don't do this. What are we doing here?
Right. Because it was just the dudes that were like there the first time because we wanted to try out stand up, and then people started showing up. It's like, well, what? I'm gonna perform for you. I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Like, who are you? But they wanted to see stand up. They're like, yeah, I heard there's this cool thing and this fun.
Yeah.
It was just a group of friends that then their friends came and appreciated it, and then they told their friends.
Yeah.
And
By the third one, there was 30. Yeah. The fourth one, there was. By the fifth one, the Lost Kraken.
The Lost Kraken.
There was maybe 60 people there.
I think there was more.
Yeah.
I
I
think
remember being outside and
Yeah.
kind of just like, again, the lost Kraken. We call it that for a reason. That's where we almost lost it all, by the way. But
Brief synopsis.
we got drunk.
Okay, I
we,
expected that.
we had gotten a keg of Tropicalia, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe like a half barrel
Yeah, for free,
for free.
which was sick. And we had been drinking it, and our friend Carter, who came up with the whole idea in the
Yeah.
first place, was not paying attention to lighting cues and bombed for 45 minutes.
Yeah. We're
Would
like-
not relinquish the stage.
And we didn't have the mechanism to turn the sound off.
I cut power to the whole stage at one point. He said he thought that I was just messing with him. He thought he did a smooth 15 minutes that was like, not that great, but it was when I saw his face after when he got off stage, he was ghostly white.
I feel like I
And-
remember that. I was there. For...
He's ghostly white and did not know. He was like, I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No one really remembers what happened.
Yeah.
So
Other
that's
than
why
that,
that's
it's a
why-
lost Kraken.
that's
Like
why it's
what
lost.
happened?
Right.
Okay.
And I had recorded the audio of all the Krakens starting at like Kraken 3. But that one, I left my computer out overnight, like under the stage, because I was drunk and like I burned some chairs or something. Like,
It's classic Kelly Patronus, by the way.
and yeah, but so that was the Lost Kraken. And then like after that, like it's just piecemeal. So we're about to do our 23rd Kraken in January, end of January. And just every iteration is a chance to change something. And when we would get donations, every time we'd get that money, we'd be like, okay, well, how can we use this to improve the value? And I remember there's one meeting with that we had with Kelly Smith, and I think Jen Holt was there as well. And like it's like, okay, well, there's so many people who are interested in this. We got to go big. We need to like, do we get out of the house, right? And this is like early on.
This was like number 4.
This was
or 5.
yeah. And Kelly says, well, I don't think it's about the size. It's about making it better and better every time, right? It's having the quality, production value go up and up, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's been it's been one of my guiding lights for sure.
Yeah. You stuck to that pretty
Yeah.
well.
So yeah, and then we got kicked out of the house of sorts in Kraken 19.
The government shut us down.
Yeah, they gave us a notice on the door that said we were in violation of 2 ordinances. One was for putting signage in the right-of-way.
Which we did do.
Which we did do. We put signs places that we shouldn't. But the same thing that any other frat party, band, or lost dogs owner does. But they took exception to us. And then the second item was for operating a comedy club in a residential zone, which was not true.
True.
Depending on how you define comedy club, but
Yeah. I mean, we weren't
we
weren't making any money, that's for sure. So
But yet again, here we are. We were just throwing a house show, and they're like, "You're running a comedy club." It's like, yes, we are. Maybe that's what we should do. Okay, government.
Yeah.
You said it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So
Yeah.
I think that segues into present day, more or less, of like, this is why the 4 of us are here, is like, that's kind of our goal, is to service this need, this demand in the community. And I think that's what brings the 4 of us here together, is that we want to start a comedy theater, right? We want to service the needs and the demand of the community for comedy.
Yep, I think so too. I didn't even think. I don't know. It's funny. I got in haphazardly a little bit into comedy, and my introduction was really meeting you, because James Preston introduced us, and my friend Jeff Fox and I, and my friend Andy and Megan and Isaac, and we wanted to do a podcast because I had just gotten off a TV show that kind of like broke my heart a little bit, and then and Jeff was like, why don't we just do our own show, a podcast, and so I was like, well, we're gonna have to. I don't know comedy, so then I, was introduced to you through James, and then we had lunch, and then I think it was even that first lunch where you were like, I'm going to start a comedy theater.
Yeah.
It's not anything that I ever really thought about, but I think it's something that the town really needs.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean,
People love it.
yeah. The thing is, like, so there's kind of this idea of like physical space lends importance and significance, right? Like, and like you have a town hall because government's so important. You have a big library because knowledge is so important, right? And why should you not have a physical space in which theater and laughter can happen, right? In which the community can come and just collectively express themselves and get their kicks off,
Which used to be your house, but the government said, no, you don't.
Right. They say you can't use that space.
That's not allowed.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
I think, and not only like are we doing this to get people to come see stuff to laugh, but also like in the same way that Owen and Christine here wanted to do stand up because they were around it, and it's like I want to try that.
Yeah.
Just getting people to try stuff. Like I've been trying to get. I'm still really planning on doing this someday. I'm gonna get James Preston up on that stage, one way or the other. He's a behind the camera kind of guy. I want to put him front and center.
Yeah, James is the guy who shot the Athens Rising documentary,
which you should absolutely check out.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
The creative class in Athens. The first one was about backyard shows, but before he did that, he shot a little kind of documentary about cracking jokes, as like kind of like a pitch to investors and stuff and sponsors for the Athens Rising documentary, and he came to a Kraken in which Andy Stitcha was performing as this meat salesman, and he's up there. This is probably one of my favorite performances in Kraken history. Like he gets up there, he's just like kind of disheveled, like he's got a button-up tea glasses, he's smoking a cigarette, and he's got meat.
Gold chain.
Gold chain. He's got meat in a plastic bag, like raw meat, and he's trying to sell it. He works for like Agco, right? Meat products. And at a certain point, he's like asking people in the back, you want some meat back there? And he throws chunks of a hunk of meat through the air, lobs it, and it hits this glass, our light bulb, one of our light bulbs that's like dangling over the audience, and just smashes it. And James is there. He's like right behind like the glass, and he just like gets like showered in glass and meat juice. And he's a vegetarian, by the way. But later he emails us, and we meet with him. He's like, that was incredible. He's like, that was awesome. He's like, from that moment, we had like, he was a believer, right? Yeah. And it's like, you can't, like, where else could you have tossed meat like that but in a totally dedicated space to just being goofy and expressing yourself?
Yeah, the butcher known as Gallagher is just going to come. But no, what you guys did was... And it's great that it's unintentional, but what you guys did was you provided a supportive community for comedy, and I think that's what we all really want to see. That's a big point of this: free speech, expression, creativity, all of those noble things, which are somehow often reduced in comedy to fart jokes. But I think that's really cool. I don't think there's a lot of places in the world who have that type of community, and it's very appealing to me. I'm very much like a community type of person, and then my background's in music, and it's like, well, you're on a stage with 4 people or 5 people. You share the responsibility. It's a team sport, and I really like that approach a lot. And I think that's something that we're going to be bringing to the community here, expanding and saying, look, if you want to learn comedy, if you want to try stand-up, if you want to do improv, those opportunities exist in your community, and you can get really good at it.
Yeah, and I think...
you can be as good as Christine.
Right, I kind of want to segue into Gorgeous George's, because Christine and Owen and I like have been doing this improv since like March or April or so, and I feel like that improv community is like definitional to me of like a comedy community, right? Of just like supporting your partner, and I don't know, like how's your experience been through improv, Christine?
I mean, I've really enjoyed it, and I did a lot of improv in high school because I was in a magnet program in my high school for theater and drama, and we did a lot of improv just for practice and exercises. So it's been really fun to focus on it and really dive into it. Owen's looking at me very strange, like at my microphone, like something's wrong with it. But it's been nice to focus on that as a sort of a, concentration, instead of just using improv as an exercise to actually get good at it and focus on what makes a successful scene and all the games. Because there's a lot of games I never played that we play now that are really fun for us, and the audience really enjoys it too. So it's like a fun game show, and it's really interactive with the audience. So I feel like it's really, really great.
Yeah, big
like
shout
it.
out to all our other improvisers, Jessica Mickey, Keaton with one name, Ben Roberts, of course,
Kelsey
Albright, Mandy's starting to, what's Mandy's last name?
Riley.
Mandy Riley, yeah, she's starting to get involved.
Mandy Molly Riley.
I want to see, more and more people. We're going to start doing 2 shows here in January on Monday nights, and last night, we're recording this as of New Year's Eve, 2019.
Yeah, good time.
It is going to... 2020 is going to be a great year. I'm very excited. And this, in this new year, if you're around, come and see us. Every Monday we do improv, at least once, if not twice. And we hope to keep it up twice. So it'll be 8 p.m. at the Globe and then 10 p.m. at Normal Bar. So we're going to try to come to you. Since we don't have a space yet, we did look at some spaces and had a couple in mind, and they were almost good enough, but I think it's really important.
Almost doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's really important to get the right space. So while we're looking for that space, one thing that we're going to be doing is just trying to do as many shows, here and there, pop-ups and stuff. And we'll also have other offerings through the Flying Squid, such as this podcast.
Yeah.
And then guess what? We're also going to have more podcasts.
Yeah.
And we're going to also have some...
More podcasts.
Is that true?
Video sketches.
Yeah.
But also, as Kelly did say... More podcasts. Yeah, podcasting is the thing now. It's a big thing, and so this is going to be our sort of flagship podcast. I hang out here on this show. We're going to be talking to comedians in the community, each other as well. We have a little icebreaker game that we're going to get into here in a little bit. But I want to talk about some of our other offerings before. There's of course cracking jokes, live wise, and then we've done some pop-up stand-ups. As well as improv,
some sketch shows.
Yep, and we have sketch shows and stuff like that coming up in the new year. So why don't we start with the podcast? We're gonna have this podcast, and then we're gonna alternate the release of this podcast with another podcast, which is Kelly's creation. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's Coffee for Communists. It's, again, these things kind of start on a lark. The first one was with Will Stanier, where we seized the airwaves on Wooog. And he was, I was like, let's just do like an interview show, and we'll make up like characters, and just like, let's just say we're like communists or something to make it ideological or something. And so Will was a Sudoku master. Funnily, Will had never done Sudoku in his life. And so we did a Sudoku live on the air.
I think
he called in. Yeah. Zach called in. But anyway, so like that just evolved and through a couple iterations. And then it became kind of like a really long form improv, kind of maybe like plan-prov podcast about these characters, Grolf Menudenmeister, the host, Ski Shenko, the janitor, Michelob Biggs, the movie buff loser guy. They're all losers, right? And they work at this radio station that's just failing. And the first season just follows the station as it fails. And well, spoiler alert, it gets shut down. But and we'd have every show we'd have a guest on that is like an expert in some weird field, and a lot of it was awesome, cool cast of characters, and then we'd play some weird games with them. So that's Coffee for Communists.
That's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
And you guys are actually communists or no? Practicing? Abstaining.
Characters or people?
Okay. So these are okay. I see. No, I just want the listeners to
yes and yes.
A proper idea. Yeah, absolutely. We're coming for you.
Yeah.
So we're going to be alternating that show. So that'll be coming out every Tuesday or every other Tuesday, and we'll have a podcast coming out every Tuesday, and then we're also going to launch the Behind the Dial podcast, which is something that I worked on with Jeff and Andy and Megan and Isaac, and we'll be posting that. And that's kind of like a variety show with usually a stand-up comic is featured, as well as a musical guest, and then there's sketches in there, and that's an audio podcast as well. But then let's talk a little bit about the Flying Squid Live. I know you have some exciting news about that.
Yeah, so that's the thing that I'm probably personally most excited about, because it's always a question of what can you do that nobody else really in the world can do, right? And we have access to this great community of people, and the technology is there to live stream. Live stream is the future, and I have a lot of know-how in it. And so we're going to try to put together like essentially a live stream sketch show, like think Saturday Night Live on a shoestring budget, right? With local and like regional talent, both writing and performing it. It's going to be, a lot of it's going to be written and performed like in-house, wherever the house ends, I don't really know. But other, we'll get video sketches and scripts from anybody who wants to like submit them, right? Because it's like, this is a platform, this is a community, like a way to really bring the comedy community together, I think. And so super excited about that. Tentative goal is to like try to launch that in March, every other Saturday. Okay. Have a live studio audience and live stream it.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. What I'm so excited about is your approach. We've talked a lot. We've had a lot of business meetings, and which are kind of dry at times, but like the meritocracy base, our vision statement, our values, our mission, all of those things.
And what is our mission? I mean, I think we should let people know. Be very transparent. We're just trying to cultivate a comedy community, right?
Yeah, I thought it was if you don't laugh, we'll kill you.
Oh yeah, well that's the secret mission.
Oh, okay.
That's the that's the consequence. We have the mission and then the consequence.
And the consequence mission.
Right. But if you're we're gonna do the whole fly with honey thing first, see how that goes, and then always have a plan B, right? Which is
trapdoors.
Which is
under every seat.
Incredibly.
That guy's not laughing.
Get him.
B3.
So awesome. So this particular show, this is the Flying Squid podcast. We wanted to give everybody out there who's listening an overview of what this is, what we're doing. Yeah. We are Flying Squid. Come get involved. Be a part of this.
Yes.
We want you to be as involved as you'd like. If you like writing, if you like performing, if you want to do stand-up, we're all still learning and cultivating this community, and we want to work with you.
Yeah, if you go to our website, which was crackinjokes.com, will be flyingsquidcomedy.com, and you go to like contact, there's a form there that's like, hey, if you want to perform, if you want to write, if you want to donate, if you want to be it gives you different ways to be involved. Fill out that form. I check it like every week or so, and like I really try to reach out to people and get them involved in the way that they want to be involved.
That sounds great. Yeah, that's awesome. I'll also plug that we're working on curating all the events here in town and putting that through the Athens Comedy Instagram and a website, eventual website, athenscomedy.com, just to, anybody who's visiting the town, or if you want to know where open mics are, or any kind of information that you might need as a comic or as a visitor coming in and checking out the comedy scene, that will be a great spot for you to get that information. So at this time, I would love to introduce the game that we play on this show. This is the Flying Squid podcast, and we're gonna have a lot of fun getting to know each other on this show, as well as some other comics. You know, some of those questions that you guys were talking about in Kraken. That's the kind of questions that we want to be asking on this show. Very invasive. You know, there's something about.
How was your first time?
There was something very confrontational or very funny about the confrontation and that is the perfect answer. You know, it just doesn't get any.
He got us.
Yeah, he's like.
That was... Okay, so I'll introduce the game. The name of the game is Squidagories, which is similar to other games, but it's our own game, and we have our own twist on it. And we have several different players. We're going to start with Christine today. I feel like, Christine, I've introduced you this game before. I've talked to you about this game, but let me tell the audience the rules.
Okay.
Christine has got a die. And she is going to, or is it a dice?
Christine has got to die.
A single die.
It's one dice.
A single die.
One die.
A single die in her hand right now.
20-sided die with letters on it.
Yeah. There's only 20? I thought it would be 26.
There's probably 26 on here,
It's
right?
not 26 because there's no X.
We're going to have X.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
right.
just guessing, but...
It's definitely probably...
There's no
Z.
XYZ.
Whoa.
Well,
There's probably no Q, let's be honest.
There's no Q
U's kind of weird.
or V.
why is there no V?
I don't know. Now I can't
Where's the V?
Because it's hard.
say vagina.
Wow.
Oh, you just did.
All right,
shit.
just cancel it. This thing's over, man.
I thought this was a good idea. No, here's what we're going to do.
tried.
I have got I've got a list of a category, and the name of the game is Squidagories. And what's going to happen is Christine's going to roll this die, and I'm going to ask her for, let's say, 5 different examples of a certain thing, maybe 10, depending on what the thing is. Okay, I'm going to say, all right, list 10 things that are, okay, I'll do one that's watered down. A profession, right? And then you roll it and it's B, and then you have a basketball player,
Buddhist priest.
Okay. Okay, so
Baseball player.
yeah, okay, great. So that's how the game works, and you do have a clock ticking. Okay.
Yeah, so I need to.
So you will have a clock ticking, which you
Do you
won't
list as
see.
many things as you can, or you'll
I
just say
think
10?
you just go as fast as you can. I'm gonna say 10 or 5 or 7.
Okay.
Okay, so that might vary, and it's all a part of the game of the die. Are you ready, Christine?
Yeah.
Okay, get ready to spin the
salt. I mean my sand timer. We have a timer.
This timer, though,
It's very long.
I'm not gonna go with this timer. I'm gonna tell you when your
Okay.
time's up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as I get bored.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Wait, do I roll my die first?
Roll your die, and I'm gonna tell you your category at the same time as the die. You tell me the letter.
As soon as it
Okay.
lands.
Here we
Okay.
go. Get ready, everybody. This is gonna be great.
I.
Names for fuckboys, starting with I.
Isaac. Ian.
Yeah.
Elusive. Eagle.
Starts with an E. Both of those words. do.
Elusive?
Elusive starts
Oh,
with
it
an E.
does. Illusionist.
Oh.
He's an illusionist.
Any magician. Perfect.
Any magician is a fuckboy. Iceman.
Oh, yeah. That's
He's so
Val
cold.
Kilmer's character from Top Gun. Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
Incognito guy.
Okay.
I think he's nice, but he's really gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Literally.
Let's do one more.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I
Total
agree.
fuckboy.
Biggest fuckboy in history.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't lead off with him.
I know.
To be
I was
honest.
too busy saying words started with E.
That was
so.
a good round. I feel like you get 1 point for that round.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'll
One
take it.
point.
Wow, bravo.
Zach, it's your turn to
right.
roll the die.
I got a K.
You have a K. Okay, let's go with illegal professions, starting with the letter K.
Krusty Krab cook.
Yes, 1. Excellent. And I didn't tell you how many. Let's just do 5.
Okay.
The clock's ticking,
The clock is
but
ticking.
you can't tell how long you've got.
Klansman.
Oh my God, that's a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, it should be illegal. Too,
Should
for
be
the record.
illegal, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God that's illegal.
Ketamine enthusiast.
Yes. Now that's illegal, but maybe I don't know if it should be. I don't know. Maybe.
but who's to
maybe.
say?
Who's to say?
You know?
Maybe vets.
He's too enthused for it to be legal. Keep going for K sounds, but not actual K words. Yeah, that's
All
it.
right. Yeah, that's. I'm sorry. Yeah. That was it. All right. Well, that was pretty good. I'll give you a half a point
Yeah, I'll take that.
and
Nice.
a half a point and a half. So that's 1 point.
It's like 0.75
That's 0.75 points.
points.
Plus 25.25 on top
Sick.
of that. You see,
-1.
you guys are tied. Yeah. You guys are tied at 1. All right, Kelly, you ready?
No.
Okay. Well, take all the time you need.
B.
Oh, B. Let's see. I should be more prepared. Adult movies starting with the word B.
Boobs and dicks unite.
7. You got to list 7.
Baby's Day Out. Brunettes, blondes, and bombshells. Baby dick.
I'm laughing too hard to keep count. I think that's 4.
Braziers and steaks. It's a conceptual
It's
one.
what's for dinner.
Big butts don't lie.
Oh, yeah.
Big Willie's Great Escape. Beefsteaks.
Oh yeah.
Just beefsteaks.
And
One more.
Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie's sex tape.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's classic.
Classic.
I'd watch that.
Canon.
I give you 2 points, although that was a really easy. That was pretty easy to have B.
How many of you have that extensive of a knowledge of the pornographic
Look, I'm just
canon
saying-
like that?
I am not gonna make a comment.
I'm just saying, you get a letter that sounds exactly like another letter, and see if you don't trip over every C word you can think of.
That's
Yeah,
a
or
good
I
point.
or E.
Yeah, you had I and you guys had some tricky letters. I'll give you that.
Yeah, you guys did have tricky. You should spin better next
I'm gonna
time.
go on the record and say that K
our
is the
fault.
hardest letter in the book.
There is phonetic ambiguity.
Yeah,
It's tough.
I will
That is-
spin better.
that is really
you're
tough.
absolutely right.
Well, what do you guys say we do one more round?
Yeah.
See if we can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna redeem myself.
I mean, Kelly's up a point on you guys.
2 points.
Good luck.
So, yeah. So let's go back again with you, Christine.
Okay. D.
Foods you hate.
Dick.
Immediate.
How many am I listing?
Does it taste like fingers?
It tastes.
I'm going to go
just-
with 10.
You don't want to know.
10.
Okay,
You got 10.
So, okay,
I might know.
dolphin. I
Okay.
will not eat it.
Okay.
I refuse.
All
I
right.
hate it. Hate
Okay.
that it exists as a food.
Fair.
Dildo pie.
Okay.
It tastes very fake, like plastic.
It's chewy.
It's very chewy. Dora the Explorer cookies.
Okay.
Terrible.
I don't know why. They're cookies. They're just in the
Foods I
shape
hate.
of Dora the Explorer.
Dumplings made of dog dumplings.
Okay. Okay.
Dang,
That's
I could've
double
used
D.
Double D. So think
points.
about that as an extra point. Double D.
Definitely alliteration's kicking over here.
Doorknob soup.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's comfort food for me.
Douche juice.
Wow.
I'm the sexual comedian. Okay. All right.
I mean, there's a lot of foods that I like that start with D, like, but so I'm trying to think of the ones I
Let's do
hate.
5 that you do like.
5 that I do like: Dunkaroos.
Oh,
Yeah.
old school.
Dumplings of sorts.
Not made of dog.
Not made of dog.
Dog-free dumplings.
Dragon fruit. And
Dildo,
donuts.
Well, okay.
dildo cake.
Okay.
That's enough.
I'm gonna take away a point
What?
from you.
0
Why?
points for Christine.
0 points. You have 0 points,
You didn't-
Christine.
You didn't
You'll
like
get a point
douche
from me
juice?
though, Christine. How about that?
I don't know. That image in my mind is not really
Douche
something
juice?
Douche juice.
that I really
guzzling
wanted
it
to ever
down.
see or talk about on the
Guzzle
radio.
it down. You're gonna hate
Good
it.
band
And then you
name.
just assumed that I
Douche
didn't
juice.
know what dick tastes like. You know, I was in 7th grade once. I mean, come on. You know,
It's young, Owen.
You don't have
That's
to.
young.
Well,
Young for
you don't have
that.
to eat it, right? But maybe
guess-
metaphorically.
Yeah, did you chew it up and swallow it? Because it's a different experience than just putting it in your mouth.
well, you know what, I wouldn't know.
And how was it prepared? Was it well done?
It was raw.
Was it
Was
steamed?
it raw?
It was definitely
So
not.
dick sushi.
It wasn't. It was prepared by running around in gym shorts. Okay, that's how it was prepared.
Ooh,
raw
extra
dick.
salty.
If you must know. Okay?
Cured then. Cured. Salt
right.
cured.
Well, you know, we're all curious and have to find out who we are somehow. So.
Here.
All right.
I don't appreciate the hate. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's go. Let's get this thing. Here we go.
R.
Evil stuffed animal names. 5.
Ricardo.
Yes.
One.
Really raw Reggie.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Two.
yeah, absolutely. Rickety skeleton Steve. We've got just Rusty Rick.
Rusty. Definitely evil.
Yeah. And who could forget the classic, the horrifying runt of the litter, Leonardo.
Okay.
Little, also known as Little Leo.
Little Leo. Yeah. All right. I'm going to take away a point from you as well. So you guys are both at 0.
Little Rio.
Kelly, you have 2 points.
Should we just call it here?
I mean, no,
Can I lose 2
No,
points?
you have to finish the game.
Oh, how about he is all in?
Anything is possible.
Anything's
Now,
possible.
I will allow you guys to combine your previous points to bet against Kelly in this final round
Challenge me?
and
Challenge.
challenge him. So we could do like a lightning round.
I
Okay.
abstain.
Okay, well,
No, I'm just kidding. Of course I'm going to go up against Kelly. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
All right.
you had me. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to do, I'm going to do one category, and then you two, it's like a volley. You two get one, then Kelly. Then you two, and then Kelly, and then you two, and then Kelly. And then whoever runs out, whoever can't think of one, loses that round. Okay? We'll do 3 rounds, and the winner of the 3 rounds will be the winner of this show, and you will get no prize.
So you going to roll the die for
I'm
this?
going to roll the die for you guys.
Just gotta
And
want to win.
No douche juice?
Can I get a douche juice
I think
on
that,
the rocks?
I don't know that that's something that I
That
could
would
procure
be
for you.
a great, like, energy drink, right?
like in like a Capri Sun packet or one of those like little like
Pouches
one of those little plastic bottles that kind of look like a douche.
Yeah.
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 Douche juice.
So are we,
Yeah.
are we both
Like
going to get
bug
the same
juice.
letter?
Like bug juice.
You're all getting the same letter.
Okay.
So it's going to go 1, 2, back, and
We're
all
on
the
the
same
same
topic.
category.
yeah, exactly. And I'm
Cool.
gonna
Let's
use,
do it.
I'm going to use this timer thing.
I'm ready.
I'm about to pee my pants. Let's do this.
H. Things that are found in a men's dorm room. H.
Who's first?
You guys are first.
Halter top.
Hookers.
Hair-
Oh wait, is it
Hairy ball sacks.
hookers?
Heroin.
Hampers of dildos.
Very specific. Ham sandwiches.
Very good.
Hard hats.
Okay.
Helter skelter playing.
Yep.
Hot sex tapes.
Helen Keller books.
Helen Keller joke books.
Harold's used condom collection.
Oh.
Harold and Maude.
Heaps of drugs.
Hebrew national weenies.
Hair in the drain.
God, I'm gonna just fold here.
Oh man, cracked under pressure. Wow. I'm gonna call. You guys win. You guys win the speed round.
We win that round.
All right.
Slap
The first speed round. Good job. All right, we're gonna do.
It was a pretty weak high five just for this.
Yeah.
No, well, they couldn't
I'm
hear
not
it.
gonna redo
You
it.
couldn't hear it because
Yeah, you couldn't hear it not because it was a microphone not there, but because there was no sound.
it made
the
negative
world's
sound.
quietest high five.
Don't visualize it. It's just gonna make you depressed.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. All right. So all right. Cool. So here we go. You guys ready?
I was born
Yeah,
ready.
another.
You guys won.
Do we start?
So you starting.
Okay.
Whoa.
You know.
A comedy of
Wait,
errors.
listening at home? Oh, never mind.
What is that?
That is an N.
Oh fuck.
And let's say types of exercise that start with an N.
Noodling.
Nunchucking.
Nay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask for a definition about
It's a
what
dance.
Nay's a dance.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a video of Disney characters.
Gotcha.
Okay. No split yoga.
Nude yoga.
Ooh.
Neosporin slip and slide.
Tiffany.
It
Not-
explains
It's
itself.
exactly what it sounds like.
New wave acrobatics.
Ooh.
He's picking it up.
Neoliberal debating.
How is that an exercise?
It's a mental exercise.
Oh, okay,
What about nose push-ups?
cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Nazi punching.
Knuckle balling.
That's a K.
Oh, there's a K.
Are we just
Not the way I play it.
Okay, Kelly, we're
Another
now.
one of
So
those
we're all tied up here, guys. This is it. This is the final round. Winner take all for nothing. Okay, so
I'm gonna take something.
no douche.
I've been
juice.
looking around. There's a couple things around this
I
house
want
that
my douche juice and I want it now.
My little douche juice.
I'm itching
got?
for
What we got?
the douche juice. My little douche juice. You don't know
Okay.
what I got.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Names of head shops starting with the letter L.
L.
Oh.
Larry's layaway.
Loose gooses.
Loose leaf bud.
Lucy in the sky with vapes.
Litterman's finest.
Lose lost smoking equipment.
Lawless Larry's.
Last dimension smoke.
Low and be high.
Lovely lungs vape shop.
Look at me, ma, no hands.
Low end discount shop.
Leery-eyed Lopez's.
That's
Lonely
just someone we know.
That's our friend who sells.
Lonely Luis's head shop.
Low ball, high ball.
Lulu and Jerry.
Linchpin of sanity.
Last Chance Smoke Shop.
Yes, nice. This is getting good.
Lassie's Hair of the Dog.
Lucy Lou's Ninja Smoke.
La La Land.
Lou Reed's least favorite smoke shop.
Lollipoppers.
Lanny Farmer's Smoke Shop and Used Sex Toy Shop.
Lickety Spliffs.
Can that be topped? I mean, that's
yeah, you
pretty
just get a point for that one, just in general. Larry King's Bathtub Emporium and Smoke Shop.
Let me pick one here.
All right, that's
might
gonna
be
do
it.
it. That's gonna do it for this one. That was a really good volley, though. I really enjoyed that. You guys all three did great. Both teams. You two against Kelly. I have to say that Kelly lost that round, but since there was two of you and only one of Kelly, I'm gonna
Call it a draw, but we know what really happened.
Call it a time.
We were here.
Yeah.
No, it was great. That was awesome. Thank you guys so much for playing. It's a fun little game, and it's a great way to ask whatever question you want to somebody, some unsuspecting comedian, a farmer, potentially Bad Steve himself.
Steve.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have a little session and work out some more of these topics, and just for fun, and flesh this out. We want to make this a game that you could play at home as well, because that's not currently possible.
Yeah, play along with us next time.
Yeah, play along with us next time. Shout stuff out. Send it in. We really appreciate everybody who's taken the time to listen to this episode. Please subscribe to this RSS feed. There's also Coffee for Communists.
Commies for coffeeists.
Yeah, and not necessarily real communists unless you want them to be so, and then maybe they are, but who knows? Whatever your political views are, that's how they think too. We promise. So definitely pay attention to that show, many other shows, and check us out. Flying Squid on Instagram, Cracking Jokes on Instagram, crackingjokes.com, flyingsquidcomedy.com. YouTube, Flying Squid Comedy, Facebook, Flying Squid Comedy, and also Crackin' Jokes. And let's see, what else do we have? Get on the newsletter at that weird thing that you...
FlyingSquidComedy.com.
Oh, right there.
Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Just put in your email.
We're not we're not going to bombard you.
Yeah, because I'm not a social media guy. You might not be, but you check your email and we'll send it out once a month. Just what's coming up. Short, sweet.
That's beautiful. So yeah, definitely do that if you're not a social media type person. I know lots of those. If you are on social media, Instagram, Crackin' Jokes, Instagram, Athens Comedy, and we will let you know what's going on and keep you up to date here on this podcast. Enjoy the other shows and come see us live and give us a hug sometime. We appreciate it. Thanks again, everybody, for listening to the show, and we will see y'all next time.
See you next time.
Toodles.
Bye-bye.